Right, we got a 2010, so I believe from either 9 to 13, all the same. So we're gonna be installing one of this car right here. We're gonna be installing the CXA 400.1 kickers. That's an 800 watt amp. And then really you don't need this, but since he bought it already, I'm gonna use it. It's a line out converter with this bass knob control, so it kind of help out. And then he got a WM-AK4. So here we go. So we're coming back here underneath the driver kick. On the bottom right there, you can peel this out and then you can literally make a hole right there. So we're gonna use one of this unit bit right here. We're gonna drill a hole through there. So I cut this terminal right here. I cut about a foot. This is a 6 gauge, so I got right here. I'm gonna poke it through that hole that I made right there. Now I'm coming over here and see if I can see that blue wire right there. See that blue wire right there? So I'm gonna get a hook and grab that. It's kind of hard to get, so I'm just get a hook or a hanger and just pull it out like so. So how I pulled it out was like hook like that. I bend it and then I grab them like this. Make sure you push it a lot out, so you can pull it instead of push back and forth unless you got a helper. But today I'm doing it by myself. You really don't need a helper on this kind of stuff. So he bought these line out converter from Walmart. So like I said, I'm gonna link this. It's made by Mazda. So I'm gonna plan to see if I can hide this wire down here somewhere easier where you can't see the wires. That's kind of hard. So I'm gonna plan it somewhere around here, right there. I can mount it right here. I haven't asked the customer where I can mount it at yet, but I might just do it right here for him. Just leave it right there. Well, the problem that I got is this wire is too short. So how I'm gonna put it up there? So I can't use this up here. Usually the wire about 15-17 feet long. I'm just gonna put next to the amp so they can adjust it right there. But that's kind of strange. So yeah, we just had to keep this out in the back. So this one does got power. Yellow is power, black is ground, and blue, white is remote output. And then the speakers. So we're gonna just run the power right here. We're gonna tap the speaker down here in the back right there, because the speaker's already here, but I'm gonna take all that out. Now let's go ahead and pry this out. We're using one of this metal one. You can buy the cheaper one at the I will link it. So just be careful, just go slowly. Just move it slow. Don't just yank it and break them. This is hard to get or to find. I mean, you probably can find at the junkyard. See right here, you want to pry it out here too. See, there's a clip down here somewhere. See, just pry it, and then there's another clip in there. I'm put my hand, kind of pull it out like that. Try not to break anything. So we're gonna put the power underneath here and slide it like this underneath the carpet. We're gonna pry this clip out here. I'm gonna lift this out right there, all the way out. And then I'm gonna move this set forward. So yes, you basically put right that and shift it out. Shift it right there. Soft, not too hard. Coming over here, you want to take this bottom one out first. There. I'm sure you know how to do this. I'm not going to show everything and make the video too long. Oh, by the way, I want to show you right here, because you're going to have to know how to take them out. Right there, and then you can just pry it out and it should come out. Once it's out, you just take it out like that and leave it underneath here, And then we're gonna look for the speaker wire. We're gonna tap the speaker wire down here, following with the power wire. Pull this out. Sometimes I usually take the seat out right here, but sometimes I don't like to do that. I just slide it in there and go right underneath there. This seat, hopefully I can pull it down. Yes, I can push this and pull it down like so. You can grab the wire down here. Right here, you want to take a flathead and remove, a Phillips, and remove this Phillips right there. Look pretty rusty, so hopefully, good. Whew. Thought I had more problem than that. So I got that out. So you just remove this out. By remove that out, you probably gonna have to pry it out like so right here. And there is a clip, and then you push it backward right there, because this piece will go in here right there. You see that? Right there, that hook right there. It's basically slide in like push. When you put it back, you're gonna have to slide in like this, and then you kind of push this down and then pull it forward a little bit to tighten it back. So it was just a little bit difficult right there. So I'm gonna run the power wire with this right here. I'm gonna take this clip out and run it. Really, you don't have to, because you can run it right on this corner right here. See how I run it? All right, so out here you want to take a blade and strip this out, this plastic, this insulation thing. Actually it's a tape actually. So you want a white to the positive and light green to the negative. So I made a male quick disconnect right there. So I'm going to put the red one to the white. That would be positive, and then the other one to the negative. So you don't have to use what I'm using right there, but I've been using this for like almost 30 years, and I love it, and it's never failed on me yet. And people said, oh, it's no good. No, this is not no U-Haul stuff right here. You know, U-Haul stuff, it's kind of nasty, ugly looking, and I don't even use those kinds. So yep, I'm gonna run the power with it and run everything to the back. I use one of this brush, spin it and clean it. It's fast, much faster right there. I clean it to the bare metal right there. And I'm not gonna use something crazy grounding, so this is only a small little amp, so we're gonna do something small. So I use a 2 soft type of screw, like a 1/2 inch screw, and then I'm gonna run the wire back up here, the power right here. I'm gonna put everything back so I can put this speaker back in. Over here we got ground, we got remote, and we got power. So this blue wire is gonna go here, this black wire is gonna go to ground, and then this remote wire that's gonna come from this one. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna install this part right there. So I'm gonna keep it right this, about right there. I'm gonna put the white and gray together, and then white black and gray black together. So the solid one's gonna be positive, which is gonna go to this red wire positive, and then the one with the stripe, the black stripe, gonna go to the negative, like so right there. White, gray, red. So now I got white, black, gray, black. I'm looking for gray, black, not black, right there. Now we got that hooked up. So this yellow is gonna go with this blue wire right there from the battery. So it came with the right here. So we're gonna crimp that using this crimper here. So this blue and white wire from this Mazda line out converter is gonna go to the remote, and then we got the 12 volt, which with the yellow will go to this 12 volt out here, right there. Yep, and the black, little black one right there, we're gonna keep this thing right here. I'm gonna use a zip tie and then tie this down right here so it won't move. And that's it right there. You can see it's pretty simple. Now you got the positive and negative go to the speaker out there. I had this installed. I hook up this bass knob controller over here. I'm gonna just put one screw right there so they can move it around. And I don't know why they have this short for this line out converter. They think we'll put it out front or something like that, but yeah, why? But that's how they do it. So I don't know how Metro, they got their main engineer. So, but yeah, I wouldn't want to take the whole radio out, spend about half an hour to 45 minutes instead of doing what I'm doing right here. It's a lot much faster. So now I'm gonna do the front, the fuse, and then it should be done. You got the fuse holder right there. You want to see that's might not slide in that good right there. This rubber boot. You want to put this in first right here, the cap. And then you want to go, this is going to be next right here. And then you want to take a blade and blade this, take this insulation out about ½ an inch. So now you take an Allen wrench. I'm not sure the size of this Allen wrench is. They didn't have the size, so I don't know which one it is. I think it's a T 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, T15, okay? So now you want, what you want to do, you want to slide this in here, right there. Make sure you take this almost completely out. Don't take it all the way out. And then push it in while you tighten it. And now you're going to put this fuse, 80 amp fuse right in like that and tighten that. Now you slide the fuse in here and leave it about right there. And then put the cap back on right here. Made a hole right there so I can slide this wire back in there. Go underneath the ground right here. Oh, that ground's so small. So right there, pick this up and do the same thing as the power, the front. So right here, you're gonna need a ½ inch socket. You're gonna remove this out and put it back in, or you can take this 10 millimeter out and do that same thing, but whichever way you want to do it. Voila, you see the wire sticking out a little bit right there, but you're fine. So let's turn this on.